to the next lesson in this quarantine course, and we are continuing with our discussion of the past year questions and quarantine course. Yeah, so just confirming that I'm visible to all of you, and I hope you're enjoying the sessions in this thing. And we are continuing with discussion of the CAT 2008 paper here, and the first question is there on your screen for you. We have done questions before this. So as usual, try this for a couple of minutes and then I'll discuss this question with you. So the question says a jar contains a mixture of 175 ml water and 700 ml alcohol. Gopal takes out 10% of the mixture and substitutes by water of the same amount. So if we start thinking of what is happening here, is that the jar contains 175 ml water and 700 ml alcohol. And when Gopal comes in and takes out 10% of the mixture, he will take out 17.5 water because the mixture will also come out in the same ratio. The total amount in the mixture is essentially 875 ml. So when somebody comes out and takes out 10% of the mixture, he would take out 87.5, and of that 87.5, 70 will be alcohol, and the remaining 17.5 would be water. And according to the question, he substitutes it by water of the same amount. So that means he brings in water of 87.5. And what happens, he now has 245 ml of water and 630 ml of alcohol in a total mixture of 875. Then the question says the process is repeated once again. So the process is repeated once again. What will happen is that 24.5, you're again taking out 10%. So 87.5 will again come out. And this remains 87.5 because you took out 87.5 and you put back 87.5 of water. So the total amount will remain 875. So in the second instance, you are again taking out 87.5. Or else 87.5 may say what will come out is 63 of alcohol and 24.5 of water. And when you replace 87.5 of water again back, you are actually replacing the whole mixture to its original value. So at the end, what's going to happen is you're going to have 308 of water and 567 of alcohol in a total of 875 ml of the mixture. And the question is asking us this: what is the percentage of water in the mixture now? So when you want to find the percentage of water in the mixture, you have to execute the calculation of 308 upon 875. And you can do this calculation in this fashion, that 87.5, of course in the CAT you also have a calculator, so you can put it on the calculator to find the percentage, but you could do this calculation in this fashion: 87.5 being 10% of 875, so 87.5 into 3 is 262.5, and that would be 30% of the mixture. And when you're talking about calculating 308 upon 875, IPMAT, the CAT question will obviously be slightly tougher than IPMAT Meher. So you can have a look at these questions because there will be a mix of tough and normal questions as I'm discussing the previous year questions. So 308 can actually be written as 262.5 plus 45.5 divided by 875, and this part is already 30%, and this part we can see is a little bit more than 5%, because 5% of 87.5 is half of it. 1 divided by 20, half of 875 is 437.5. This is 50% of 875. So 5% will be 43.75. If you shift the decimal to that place, you will get 5%, which is 43.75. So this is a little bit more than 5%, and hence your answer is a little bit more than 35%. So if you look at this question, you would realize that the correct answer is this one, 35.2. So while this solution is available in this question, I want you to focus on the fact that you actually do not need to do all this. Just look at this part of your solution. You did not need to do all this, and you do not need to do all this, because the construct of the situation, suppose you have a mixture, let's say you have a mixture of milk and water, which is, let's say, initially 100% milk and 0% water. Let's say the total is 100 liters. So you start off with 100 liters of milk in this vessel. Yeah, it will definitely give you a good idea here. So when you take out, suppose you're taking out 10 liters and you're putting back 10 liters water. If you just focus on the quantity of milk left, the quantity of milk left from 100 will become 90. And then if you repeat the process, you got 90 milk and 10 water, and then you take out 10 liters of this mixture and put back water, you will see that the milk will become 81. And if you do it again, the milk will become 72.9. So effectively what is happening, there is a consecutive reduction by 10% on the original liquid, on the liquid which is not getting refilled in such questions. And it's a 10% reduction, or you can also think of कि 100 से 90 आना है तो 9 by 10 का multiplication है. You can also think of it as a multiplication of 9 by 10. Both ways you can think of. 9 by 10, 10% reduction का logic क्या है? out of the total amount, what is the percentage you are taking out? So this is 10% being taken out. So the original liquid will keep going down by 10%. And second is, what is the 9 by 10 ka logic? If you are reducing something by 10%, it also means multiplying by 9 by 10. Right? So this can be thought of as, when out of 100 liters you are taking out 10 liters, you are leaving behind 90. So 9 by 10 is the fraction of the original liquid, that you are taking out, that you are leaving behind. Fraction of the original liquid left behind. This is the construct of these questions, and you can apply this thought everywhere. So suppose I give you a situation where I have this vessel, and this vessel has, let's say, 40 liters of milk. And you're taking out milk, and you're putting back water, and you're taking 5 liters milk out, and you're putting back 5 liters of water, and you do this 3 times. If you want to find the milk left, after doing this 3 times, you can simply use this. The original quantity of milk is 40. Multiply it by the fraction of the original liquid that you're leaving behind. So out of 40 liters, if you're taking out 5 liters, you're leaving behind 35 liters. So the fraction left behind is 35 by 40. And the second time the same thing is happening. And the third time also the same thing is happening. So effectively, how much milk is going to be left in this mixture will be straight away done by 40 into 7 by 8 cube. Because when you are taking out 5 liters out of 40, you are taking out 1/8, so you are leaving behind 7 by 8. So this is the logic of this question. So if you see this, if you know this, and you look at this question, you can get rid of all the extra calculations that I did in that solution, which a lot of people did in this question, and simply do this. Since milk is not, alcohol is not getting reimbursed, and I'm taking 10% of the mixture out. When I do this the first time, my alcohol will come down to 630, and when I do it the second time, my alcohol will come down to 567. This will be my final alcohol, and I have 308 of water. Because the total remains 875, and I'm getting that calculation of percentage of water के लिए I'm back to that calculation of 308 upon 875. So this is the most efficient way of doing this question, and in this process you will not end up spending as much time as the original process that I showed you for this. Right, so let's look at the next question now. Try this. So how do you do this question? This question talks about P cube is equal to R q raised to 4 is equal to R raised to 5 is equal to S raised to 6. P cube is equal to Q raised to 4 is equal to R raised to 5 is equal to S raised to 6. Let it be equal to K raised to 60. So if you do that, what happens? P, taking cube root, since P cube is equal to K raised to 60, if I take the cube root on both sides, what I'll get is that P is equal to K raised to 20. So the value of P will be K raised to 20. For Q raised to 4, we can do a fourth root of Q raised to 4, and a fourth root of this. So we'll get Q is equal to K raised to 15. For this, we'll take the fifth root, and the fifth root of K raised to 60 would be R is equal to K raised to 12, and S के लिए we'll take the sixth root. Sixth root of S raised to 6 will give me S, and sixth root of K raised to 60 will give me K raised to 10. This is what will happen in the first go, and then once I get this, I'm asked the value of log PQR to the base S. So when I'm trying to find the value of log PQR to the base S, what happens here is that we get the value of log PQR is K raised to 20 into K raised to 15 into K raised to 12 to the base S, which is K raised to 10. Now this will become equal to log K raised to 37 in the argument of the log to the base K raised to 10. And this can then be written as 1 by 10 into 37 log K to the base K. And since log K to the base K is log K to the base K is 1, the value of this becomes 37 by 10. So this is the answer to this question, and this, I think there's a misprint here. This fourth option should have been 37 by 10. That's the correct answer there. So this is the correct, 47 by 10 I got. I have miscalculated here. 20 plus 15 plus 12 is 47. So the correct answer will be 47 by 10. So option C will be the right answer. And maybe this was the right, the four correct options here. Right? Now इसमें जो principle use किया हम लोग ने, वो यहाँ पे the principle used at this point in this solution, This how did this 10 come out? 47 of course came out from here, and you know that log x raised to n upon the base y can be written as n log x to the base y. So that is the logic through which the 47 has come out. The logic of 10 coming out here is if you have a log a to the base b raised to c, then this value comes out as 1 by c log a raised to b, a to the base b. This is the logic of this, which has got this 10 out of this logarithm. Right? So let's do one more question for you. This is the next question. Try this question. And while you're trying this question, let me also talk to you about Unacademy Plus and my courses on Unacademy Plus. You can think about these questions. On Unacademy Plus, these are my courses currently running or going to happen in April. The foundation course for LR is already started on 31st of March. I have done 2 classes in that. This is a 5 to 7 batch, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. The foundation course on data interpretation. So this is already started on 31st March. The foundation course on data interpretation is again a 5 to 7 time slot. This will be starting on 28th of April. The foundation strategy course for quantitative aptitude and quantitative aptitude mainly will be starting on 14th April. Isme I'll be teaching you advanced or although it's a foundation course, but I'll be teaching this course from the perspective of learning out of questions. How to learn out of questions is going to be the main agenda of this course. And these are all courses that are coming up from my side on Unacademy Plus. And I will be bringing in fresh courses for you in the future. Courses called advanced course on DI. There will be an advanced course on LR, etc. There will be a specific course for ZAT special course, IAFT special course where we will be discussing past year papers. So these courses will be coming in the future from my side on Unacademy Plus. And if you wish to join Unacademy Plus, you can use my promo code. The promo code is Arun.yt. You can use this promo code and use it to enroll for the Unacademy Plus program. This promo code will give you a 10% discount on the existing fees. So hope to have some of you attending that class. So last question for today is up for you on the screen. Think about this and I'll start explaining this to you in about a minute. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. Now this is a question that surprises me in the context that this is a CAT 2018 question CAT 2018 के बारे में लोग बोलते हैं कि it's one of the toughest exams ever in the context of quants. And just see how simple this question is. It's a one-liner. Literally, what they are saying is that there is an east-west road. There's an east-west road. A and B are 2 points that are such that B is 350 kilometers west of A. So I should realize that if I'm doing an east-west road, this side is east and this side is west. B is 350 kilometers away from A. The distance between these two is 350 kilometers. Right? One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If they move towards each other, so we are talking about one car starts from A and another from B at the same time, and they move towards each other. If they move towards each other, they meet after 1 hour. So the concept of relative speed kicks in here, and the relative speed concept tells us that if they are meeting in 1 hour, it means that let's call this speed of A and speed of B as the two speeds. So what you get is SA plus SB into 1 is equal to 350. And then the question says, if they both move east, then they meet in 7 hours. So if they're both going to move east, it means B is anyway moving east at this speed, and if A also moves east at his own speed, in such a case, the relative speed of the two becomes SB minus SA. And this requires 7 hours for B to catch up with A, which means in this scenario when A is moving east and B is also moving east, B catching up with A or A and B meeting can only happen when B catches up with A, and that would mean that B speed is larger than A speed, and B has to make up a distance of 350. So the relative speed into 7 should be 350 because it does that making up in 7 hours. So what you get is SB minus SA is 50. You get the value of SB minus SA is 50. और ये 50 जब तुमको आ जाता है तो you look at the question. The question is asking difference between their speeds. So in fact ये पहले part का कोई ज़रूरत भी नहीं था इसमें. This was not required. You did not need to look at it. The question gets solved only by this single statement. You did not need to use that initial statement. The question gets solved only by this single statement. The difference of the speed in kilometers per hour is simply 50, and there's nothing else to be done in this question. Right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the session. Just as a final reminder from my side, Arun.yt is the promo code. This is the promo code which you'll have to use in case you want to get 10% discount on Unacademy Plus. These are some of my courses. We also have courses by a lot of other top educators who are all on Unacademy Plus running their programs. So I wish to see some of you in my classes, in my live classes there. And please remember, don't forget to use the promo code to get a 10% discount on the existing fees. Chalo, I'll stop here then. Thanks a lot. Bye bye everyone. And I'll be back again tomorrow at the same time, 4 p.m. This is my regular YouTube time on the Unacademy CAT-alyst channel. Except this quarantine batch is continuing till 12th of April, every day at 4 p.m. except on Monday when I'm at 1:45. Monday, that is, it's difficult to keep track of the days today. So yeah, So Monday 6th of April, I'll be available at 1:45 p.m. Otherwise, I'm available every day till 12th at 4 p.m. Look forward to having all of you live with me on the Unacademy CAT-alyst channel. Thank you so much, and we'll continue with more questions and more interesting questions from this paper and more over the period of this course. Chalo, I'll stop here then. Thank you so much.